Hey TJ, it's Friday. And you know what that means?
Test drive day.
It's test drive day. And it looks like we're gonna get to a test drive today. But before we get to the test drive, I wanted to tell you about two things. One, it's been exactly a year since we started the Jackknife Motors YouTube channel. We went into that abandoned building with Jim and Robbie Layton. We hired Aaron to come out here from California, went out and got his stuff. We built the green Ram Rebel the Heavy D drove. We built the hauler. We built Fat Truck. We built that gray mechanics truck that Robbie Layton painted. My point is it's been a year and we've built a lot of things along the way. And I'm super pumped that it's been a year, and I'm super pumped about where we're headed. The second thing I wanted to talk to you about is that we are changing the name of the Jackknife Motors YouTube channel to the Basin Nation YouTube channel to better direct traffic back to Basin Upfitting. The whole point behind this channel is to show off the talents and abilities of the people that work at Basin Upfitting, that work in the Basin Fab Shop. So it made more sense to have a name that better directed traffic back to Basin Upfitting. There's close to 100 people that work there, and I don't want to start naming names, but our main goal here is to show off the people that work for this company, that build these trucks, all the stuff that you see behind me, incident management truck for UDOT. We've got vans for the Red Cross. We've got all kinds of just different utility bodies that we're moving in and out of here, and we do a great job at that. And like I said, the main goal of this channel is to show off the capabilities and the talents of the people that put those trucks together. We're building this 6x6 to show off the talents of Aaron and Kyle and Will and TJ, so our vendors and customers know that we can handle the business that they bring to us. So like I said, guys, it's been a year since we started this channel. 33,000 of you and counting have subscribed to the channel, and we thank each one of you for doing that. We hope to grow a lot more in the coming year. We hope to build a lot more in the coming year, and we're gonna get back to the 6x6 and continue building that before SEMA, because we got like 60 days left to get that thing finished. And hopefully today we'll be on a test drive. So my little rant is over about changing our name. You'll never hear about it again. We are the Basin Nation. Let's get back to the 6x6. We're gonna get on a test drive. Let's go.
Well, I hate my job. We got a new guy in the shop. He's going to be doing brake lines on the 6x6. So he's working on that right now. He's going to get some fittings, doing all that. Meanwhile, we're going to have Kyle come back in here. We're going to remove our coils since they're too heavy. And we're going to put stands underneath here just so we can set the frame at the ride height that it needs to be at. And we can do our alignment. Setting the truck at its ride height is kind of critical so we can actually get the axles located where they need to be laterally in the truck, side to side. And then we get everything figured out, get our drive shafts in and finalize everything, and then we'll end up just throwing these springs back on it just so we can drive it after we get the brakes and fuel tank in it. So right now we're working on brakes, alignment, fuel tank, def tank, and hopefully a test drive.
Oh, dude, I've been just waiting for you to say that.
Yeah.
Test drive.
Test drive.
That's kind of where I was hoping this episode would go.
Test drive?
It would end at a test drive.
Right. I hope so. We good. We can get there.
All right.
I think we can get there as long as we got the willpower to do it.
All right, everybody, we've got a new hand in the shop. This is Will. Will, tell us a little bit about yourself. What do you like to do for work?
Well, I was running a fab shop in my backyard. I've known Aaron for a long time, and he had a bunch of cool projects coming up, and I decided to come join.
Dude, that's awesome. If you've
I
known
was
Aaron,
like, yeah, that sounds awesome. That sounds like a good time.
we trick people into working for us by, telling them we're doing a 6x6 or big purple F-150, and then we make them do brake lines and def lines.
Yeah, this is part of the
job.
process. Like, there's there's glory moments, and then there's a lot of work into these trucks, you know?
I don't even want politic, bro.
You don't want the heat?
Not the heat, I just don't want to politic. Just don't want to politic. They just don't make people like they used to. That's all I can say. Okay, so what we're working on right now is the pan hard bar off our intermediate axle over here. Our original length on this was a little bit off, so we're gonna narrow it up a little bit and get it re-welded. But what the pan hard bar does is it keeps any of this side-to-side motion of your rear end stabilized, so they run down the road without swinging or doing any movement while your suspension's articulating. Yeah, we're gonna end up shortening a little bit off of it over here and just re-welding this Heim back in. We'll get that done. We'll get that done. Thank you.
Out to burning rubber, baby. Let's finish this up real quick. All right, so we got the flange fixed up. We got the drive shafts in, finishing up that now. We put a lighter coil spring on the back. It's not exactly what we wanted to drive around with no bed, but we'll get that. Tomorrow we're gonna put the fuel tank and then the def tank in. And then we have a couple small little things to button up, and then we should be able to take this girl out for a spin. So tomorrow's the drive.
Kyle, did you hear that?
I heard it.
All right, this is the fuel tank, def tank, a bunch of leftover stock parts, but the fuel tank and def tank are going back on today.
All right, what we got going on right now is we got some mounts that were originally like this on the Ford 6x6 here, and they were to hold up the def tank, but now that there's a middle axle right where this def tank used to go, we are cutting these apart to actually reuse them. We're gonna drop them down a little bit and scoot the def tank forward till it clears the intermediate axle and a couple other obstacles we had to clear under there, but that's what we're doing with these right now. So we're gonna get these prepped for welding and get these back in the truck, get the depth tank back in the truck, and everything's gonna be good here in just a little bit.
Man. Whoa. What happened to you?
Alley cat.
That damn alley cat.
Dude, we got a big one here. And he's representing Jackknife Motors, and since the switch over, dude, he came in freaking just mittens out, bro, lit me up.
Are you serious?
I'm serious, bro. It's all because you announced that crossover from Jackknife to freaking Basin Nation. I got killed for it almost.
Dude, but do you bleed Basin?
That's Basin blood right there, baby.
Bingo.
Okay, so on the 6x6, we just got done modifying our stock mounts on the DEF fluid tank, diesel exhaust fluid tank. We had to move it up forward a little bit because of our new intermediate axle right here that's in the middle of the truck. So now that we got that all ran and done, we're gonna get the fuel tank done and then hopefully not turn the key, because you know we're modern nowadays. Now we could hit the button and see if this thing runs. Up here.
Especially for its time, so. Dude, sweet ride, what do you do for work?
Well, I hate my job. I don't want to touch another 6x6 in my life.
Put a girl on.
Put a girl on.
Just like that.
Just like a...
I would left a camel cape on it.
Camel cake that going down the road. Front suspension, rear suspension, all done. Check, 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 checkity check.
We still gotta take the whole thing apart if it works well.
If it works well.
Yeah, we got a powder coat. We still got a lot more work. No,
Let's go take a
hey,
test drive,
it's a
see
good
if it does
milestone.
work
I
well.
think it's gonna work well.
Still to be known. I don't know.
I think it's gonna be fine.
All right.
That's all I gotta say.
Kyle looks like the random guy in the parking lot that's just like hyped.
Yeah. Whoa! Look at this truck, bro! What?
All right, so we're getting this thing out on its first test drive. So far, we just drove it to the car wash. Not a single, I don't hear any drivetrain, I don't hear anything. This thing's smooth as silk. Feels like we're just driving a regular, feels like we're driving an F-350 with like a Carly kit on it. This thing's a Cadillac. I can't even tell we're driving 6x6. Other than how high up we're sitting, that's one. Turning radius is good. So 6x6 is done. Well, not done. It's driving. So we finally got done with all the fab work, all the plumbing, all the wiring. The guys came through and got her to where we can start test driving her, and I love it. It's I've had a little previous experience with 6x6s, and it's the best one yet. All of the concerns and things have been with other 6x6s, all that's resolved. This thing works great. The drivetrain is completely silky smooth. There's no drivetrain noise, anything else. You can't tell you're driving a 6x6. The only complaint I have at this point is we have no weight on the truck, and the shocks are set up for a lot of weight. So it is a little stiff. Other than that, this thing drives like it's a stock truck, if not better, way better. Yeah, turns great, feels great, looks great, kind of looks great. It'll look great when it gets wheels and tires and some powder coat. But yeah, there it is.